So you okay, thank you. So you probably notice that you're all muted. That is so that we will not distract or disturb our guest speaker. And then it will be good also if you can rename and write your name in the include your name and probably your organization. And then if you have questions at any point during the program, you may utilize our chat box located at the bottom of your screen. And these questions will be answered by Zell later on. She can have time to answer them at the end of her presentation. And you know that this program will only run for an hour and a half to maximum of 2 hours. So we have very limited time. So we will try to follow a very strict schedule. And I hope that this is all right with everyone. Now, let me introduce to you our guest speaker this afternoon. Her name is Vercelli, but I'm sure she would rather be called Azel Alvarez Claraval, and she is a graduate of BS Psychology. She has been doing training for 27 years, and she is currently an independent consultant for various government and private institutions. Before she decided to become a consultant, she also worked full-time as a mega mall. She also has experiences with the BPO because she worked at Nextel Philippines and eTelecare Global Solutions. Some of Zell's popular training programs include customer service, personality development, professional image enhancement, communication programs, leadership and coaching, culture and values workshops, and of course, stress management. So we hope to learn from you the healing energy, Zell. So without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, let us give Zell a virtual round of applause.
Thank you so much for the introduction, Carol, and welcome to everyone. I am so happy that we have a lot of participants today. So please sit back, and before I have you go through the session, please, team, make sure that you are seated where your legs and arms are not crossed, just so you receive the information wholeheartedly. Because when you have your arms crossed, what's going to happen is that you are not going to get in the information um, easily. Okay, so yes, thank you so much, Abigail. By the way, I'd like to commend or shout out to Lorenzo, who was our first participant who came in. So thank you so much, Lorenzo. You know, when I saw your photo, I thought that Eric Fractuso was in my session today. So thank you so much for being here, everyone. And let me begin. So the pandemic has taught us a very important lesson. If you agree with me, we all came to realize in the 2 years that the pandemic was ongoing that health is definitely wealth, right? So I'm sure you all agree with that, and I hope that no one got the COVID, because I'm so lucky that in 2 years I was not able to get it. I guess it's because of the healing energy and how I try to protect myself and my aura from being ill, okay, or imbalanced. So team, I just like to ask you if you could maximize the emoji or perhaps even the chat box. Could you raise your hand using the emojis if you have health conditions or health issues? If you wish not to share, that's perfectly fine with me, but I just want to make sure that you have that reflection. So who here have health issues, and or who here have maintenance medicine? Ayan, I see some hands here. So that's definitely something that we're not happy about, right? But you know, that's why I'm here today, so that we can prevent that or maybe even heal even faster. I just like to share that in my family, so I have my parents and I have two siblings. In my family, I am the only one who doesn't have any health conditions, not serious at least, and I don't have any maintenance medicine. So I'm so grateful for that. Plus, I have only been hospitalized twice in my entire life. I will not tell you my age, so it's up to you to figure that out with what Miss Carol shared on my introduction. However, that's not important right now. What's important is that we are healthy and well. So the only times I was hospitalized, I shared with you, those were only 2 times in my life, right? And one was when I was born, the other one was when I gave birth. And hopefully, nothing else will happen that will require me to go there. In fact, I actually heal very fast because every time they're going to take me to the emergency room and then they're going to start doing a procedure, I start getting better. I guess it's because of my fear to be hospitalized. So, ladies and gentlemen, I wish you all well. I wish that in this 1 hour and 30 minutes, I will be able to give you the lessons that you hoped, to learn for the day. I know that it's been quite stressful for everyone, especially for the past 2 years. And now some of you are going back to work again. I know that that could give you anxiety, but that's okay because I'm here to help you. And it's almost the end of the month, so I know that this is going to really really be beneficial for you and even your family. So welcome to the session. Thank you for being on time. And as Miss Carol mentioned earlier, kindly jot down your questions and I will give you time to ask them after the session, just so we have a smooth flow in the workshop. What I'm here to share with you definitely is that health is absolutely wealth, and that healing is definitely possible. We saw the training norms earlier. However, I just want to share that for us to have a smooth training flow, please actively listen. I don't see your faces, and that's perfectly fine. But if you wish to turn on your video, I'd also encourage you, so at least I'd get to see faces. At the same time, please completely be present. Sometimes when we have sessions, especially those who teach, you would understand that teaching online or virtually has been a little tough because people are multitasking or they are only physically present sometimes, but that their spirits are somewhere else. So please feel free to jot down notes. Again, I would appreciate you contributing by participating and ask your questions later. All right, so again, for those who did not hear me earlier, if your arms are folded and your legs are folded, please unfold them so that the flow of energy will come in and we will learn very, very easily. So I hope you are all as excited as I am. Let me now share my story with you. So ever since I was young, I've been such a worrywart. Okay, I worry about anything and everything, especially the health of my family and my parents. So would you just believe that when I was, if I recall, I was, I think, grade 2, where we would be sleeping in my parents' room. Only because we'd be scared to sleep in our own rooms. My sister and I, we would do camping and be in my parents' room. And I would always wake up in the middle of the night and I would look if they are breathing. So when I see that their chest is going up and down, I would be able to sleep. The bonus there would be that my dad or my mom snore, so I don't have to check on them, right? With my eyes. So when they are snoring, I feel like, okay, they're alive and well. And every day I would think about my parents getting sick and it would really scare me. Another reason that I learned about energy healing is my dad would always tell me that I'm like my grandmother. My grandmother, she has this natural ability to heal. She has the tendency to just touch you and pray over you, and then you'd feel better somehow. So when I would be massaging my dad, because my dad would always say, Zell, come on, massage my back, like step on my back. And then when I would massage my dad would tell me that I have the tendency to heal because when I would massage him, the back pain goes away. And I've never forgotten that feedback that he gave me. Plus, since my mom has hypertension and diabetes, and my dad, like 3, 4 years ago, we discovered he has Alzheimer's or dementia, so that's affecting memory. It really got me so paranoid because remember, as a child, I've been so worried about them. And so when they started getting sick, it got me really worried. And would you just imagine how the pandemic really scared me to death? It's like, oh my goodness, my mom, she has diabetes, she has hypertension, and she got COVID twice. My husband, he got COVID as well. I had to drive him to the hospital and he had a serious case. I had several family who also passed away, just as some of you probably have too, during the pandemic. So it was a really trying moment. Now, I have a daughter and I have 5 other kids. When I say 5 other kids, those are my fur babies or 5 Shih Tzus. So imagine how being paranoid, being a worrywart, when my daughter, especially when she was a kid, she was very sickly. We would be in the ER almost every week. It's a good thing that I used to do training for St. Luke. So it was a little easy for me to get used to going to the hospital and, um, being accommodated. By the way, because of family getting sick and dying in the past, I had the fear of hospitals. I was so traumatized going inside the hospital. I don't like seeing people in hospital beds. I can't even enter the hospital without, shaking. So a lot of these really helped me a lot when I realized that, oh my goodness, I don't want to be paranoid anymore. That's why May 4 and 5 of 2019, I enrolled myself in a pranic healing class. Ayan, those are my classmates. Yan, in the pranic healing session. So when I say pranic healing, some of you may not be familiar with that, but it is actually energy healing. So May 3 and May 4 of 2019, that was very memorable for me. There were less than 30 participants, but there were a lot from different industries. There were even doctors. Would you believe there were lawyers learning energy healing? Because again, health is wealth. And I'm glad I took this session in 2019 because it was even before the pandemic happened. So when I took this session and I started doing healing, I was so happy because during the pandemic, when family were getting COVID, I was just healing and healing and healing. And that's why I wanted to share the healing energy with you so that you could also heal yourself and your loved ones. Now, when I attended the session, March 3 and 4, our assignment is when you go home, guys, okay, our facilitator told us, when you go home, please make sure that you try to practice healing someone. And in that case, when I went home, no one was home yet. My daughter was with my parents, my husband was at work, and no one was home to heal. And that was my assignment. So I was really pressured. What I did was I was looking, like I was thinking, I'm going to go to my neighbor and probably ask them if there's someone I'm going to heal, but then they might worry and say, no one's sick. So when I was looking around and thinking, I'm going to go to the session tomorrow and not have my assignment, right? So good thing I saw a plant, a dying plant. And our facilitator said even the dying plant can be healed. So I got really excited. And by the way, one of my talent is I have a very great capability of killing plants, especially if it's given by loved ones. My mom, she knows that I have the tendency to kill plants, that she keeps giving me plants. So when I saw the plant that was dying, I guess it's because I'm so overprotective by what people give me, especially loved ones, because I'm thinking I don't want to lose this gift. And so I overwater it. So I guess I was overwatering my mom's plant that it was already dying. So it's like maybe 3 more days itatapon ko na yung plant. But then I wanted to save it because here's pranic healing and let me check if I can heal. So even as a pranic healer, I would sometimes be very skeptical if I have the ability to heal, but I have actually seen it for myself, and I have people who have told me that they've been healed by my healing. So I'm really grateful for that. So just to share with you my my healing assignment, ayan, ito yung plant ng mom ko. She gave it to me and it was already dying. And if you see the soil, it's actually moist. So I was trying not to water it too much because it's not supposed to look like this. So I started to do healing for the plant, and I woke up the next day to go to day 2 class, and then the plant started to be alive. Yeah. So I was thinking, okay, maybe coincidence lang to. Maybe yesterday it was just not happy. Maybe today was a little happy. And so I started to heal it the second day when I came back from my session. And on the third day, to my surprise even, it na siya. Ayan. So you could really see the difference. So team, I definitely did not take the photo alive and dying. Okay. The transition of this photo is when I saw it dying and then I started to heal it and then I took photos afterward. So you see the before and after photo. So even I am very amazed even until this very day because I can't believe that I have the ability to heal. And if I am skeptical about it and I am able to do it, what more you? So, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to congratulate you because you now will have that power to heal. I guess we all do. It's just that you are not aware of it right now. Ayan. What did you particularly? Okay, so with regard to healing, so team, it's a really tough thing, Janet. I thank you for your question. What did I do to heal the plant? Well, when you go through the healing, the energy healing, you have to do a certain healing of the aura, and then there's the sweeping technique. So it's a lot of thing, and you have to really attend a full training session on that if you really want to do healing this way. However, I will also be giving tips on how to do healing or at least plant. And after healing the dying plant, I really, really felt happy about it. And that's why I would tell my friends about pranic healing. And people would be interested about it because some of them have not heard it before. Okay, so I'd just like to ask you if you could write on the chat box because I'd like to see your answers. Have you heard about energy healing, ladies and gentlemen? So just write yes if you've heard of energy healing, and write no if you've never heard of it before. Ayan, so we have a lot of yeses. So Maria Rosario, not yet. That's perfectly fine. You may have heard it with other names like Qigong or pranic healing or Reiki. If you have heard of those names, pranic healing is another name for it. So I'm actually happy to see that there are a lot of you who said no because at least now your chance is here. Plus, I feel that everything that happens to us really happens for a reason. And you being here right now is going to be answering a lot of questions. And I know that at this point, I can sense your energies. I know you're all very excited too. So thank you for those who answered. Whether you've heard of energies or not, healing energy or not, that's perfectly fine. Okay, so during yoga, YouTube videos, yes. Because, Abigail, when you talk about yoga, that is a way of healing. Yoga and meditation helps heal energy in our bodies. That's why you hear it during yoga YouTube. So good for you, Abigail, because yoga is really something that's very important. It helps our energies be balanced. Okay, that's why you hear it there. Thank you so much for your comments and for answering my questions. Now, let me tell you more about energy. Ano ba ang energy? Because all we know is that we hear physics or in classes that we have, right? And then sometimes we hear it in conversations like, oh, ang lakas ng energy mo ah. Or, grabe, affected yung energy ko. We have two types, right, that we sense. We have the positive energy, which I hope that we all feel and we all share out. And then we have the negative energy. By the way, ladies and gentlemen, between positive and negative energy, which one do you think is more powerful? Please again, write on the chat box what you feel is more powerful, positive energy or negative energy. I'll wait for your answers, positive or negative energy. What is more powerful? Positive, positive. Meron bang negative? Ayan, puro positive. Any other answers, team? Positive energy, they say, is more powerful. Meron bang magsasabing negative? Anyone? Puro positive. So Dennis, Joseph, Angie, puro positive energy. Okay, the answer is, ayan, si Clarissa, para lang maiba, negative energy daw. Okay, that's perfectly fine. So Clarissa or Nadine, your answer is actually correct. It's negative energy that is more stronger or more powerful compared to positive energy. Sad to say. Okay, let me give you an example of this. If you're working and you are at your workstation and a colleague enters the room and says, "Hey guys, good afternoon. I have chismis for you." Guess what you will do? You will put your work away and you will be all ears and say, "Oh, anong chismis? Bilisan mo kasi gusto kong malaman bago ko isubmit tong report." Right? So that's just an example of how powerful negative energy is. Because I don't think anyone would say, "Excuse me, Clarice, it's work hours right now. Please do not gossip." Diba? Napaka unusual yung ganun reaction. Good if some of you will be brave enough to say that, but sometimes we are just so tempted to be drawn to negative energies. So Nadine, no matter how positive energy is great, negative energy is really more powerful compared to positivity. That's why I would like to encourage everyone to be more positive in every way, because if you are positive, you also heal the energies in your body and people will sense you. Another example would be when you are meeting people for the first time, there are people you are drawn to immediately. Feeling mo soulmate mo na, feeling mo, wow, ka-vibes ko na. And then there are people you meet for the very first time, and yet you feel like, ay, nakakainis to, or kumukulo yung dugo ko with this person. I'm sure you can relate. So what are we saying here? Energy is felt. Energy is sensed. Vibes of people can be felt. And that's why you can sense or tell if the people around you actually have positive or negative energy. So team, let's have a look at what Carol Tuttle said. She's an author and she talks a lot about energy. She says that we have 4 bodies of energy. And I'm sure you are all familiar with this. Glezima, I hope I'm saying your name right. Yes, I'm glad you do agree. So there are 4 bodies of energy according to Carol Tuttle. She says we have physical, and that's what was mentioned earlier, right? Why we do yoga or why we do meditation. Because if you have your physical body and you want to be surrounded with positive energy and you want your energy to be okay all the time or balanced, then you can do yoga and meditation to help you in that aspect. Another one would be mental. So we all know this, right? The physical, we have the mental aspect. For mental, if your mental state is not balanced, okay, yun nga yun, may anxiety kayo. I'm sure some of you may be going through anxiety, especially during the pandemic. Ang daming naging anxious, ang daming na-depressed. And that's why I wish you had known about energy healing before the pandemic. So with regard to the mental state, you just have to do a lot of affirmations and a lot of visualization. I'm sure you've heard of this before. I'm sure you've been given tips on how to do that. Do you know that I am not a morning person? Who here are morning people? Like you'd really get up as early as possible and you're happy? Because I'm not like that. May I see the hands? Okay, so January. Hi, January. It's nice to see you. I like it when I see people. Yes, thank you so much. Me, Chris, Diana, ayan. Good for you, morning people, because I'm not like you. I wish to be like you. Because I sleep late at night. I have so many things to do. Remember, after work, I'm really guilty. Sometimes I sleep beyond 1 or 2 a.m. and I shouldn't do that. Why? Because that's not healthy. But I really have no choice, because when I get home after work, I still cook. I attend to 6 kids. All right, remember my daughter and 5 Shih Tzus, and I really want to be there not only for them. Nandun din yung mga plants ko. I have to take care of the house. I'm a very, very OC person, so I'm not a morning person. In fact, I'm a sleepyhead. So secret lang natin yan. Kaya afternoon sessions make me happy kasi this is my morning. Okay, so in the morning when I wake up and I wash my face, you know what I say? I say 5 things. I say I'm gorgeous. All right. Totoo ba, team? Gorgeous ba ako? So I'm gorgeous. I'm healthy. I'm happy. I'm content. And I'm rich. So I say that I say those 5 things morning because I am not a morning person. Kaya yun ang sinasabi ko. So hopefully you get to do that. And if you're feeling anxious or depressed, team, and you're not feeling well, you just tell yourself, I am well, I am healthy, I am happy. When you do that, your mind believes that you are. And you become healthy, you become happy, you become abundant, and you become, look at me, right? People will say, Zell, you don't look, I will not say the number, okay? You don't look your age. You look 20 years younger. And I think the affirmation has helped me feel that way. Emotional body. Another one that Carol Tuttle said, emotional body. So if you feel that you're emotional, you're getting depressed, and you feel that your emotional state is not balanced. Why do I say that? Because you feel sad, you feel helpless. You just do tapping exercises. In fact, these are the things I'm so fond of. When you say tapping exercises, like when you're feeling nervous, our what's natural in us is we do this, right? Grabe, natetense ako, because that is human nature. We know how to pacify ourselves when we are nervous. So when you are nervous and you are going to do public speaking, you can just tap here. Yan. When you tap here, breathe in and breathe out. And then you'll feel better after like 4 deep breaths. Okay, so that's a tip that I have for you. So that's tapping exercises, examples of that. But then there's like tapping as well. So they tap here, they tap under the eyes, they tap here. So it's like tapping areas in your body that will help your energy feel better, right? Or open the energy in you. Ayan. And then the last one will be okay. So a demo for the tapping exercise, team. Yun na, like when I used to feel down, or yun nga, nalulungkot ako, nag-worry ako, and I wanted to feel healthy, I would do tapping exercises and I read phrases. For example, I am healthy and well. And then you do tapping exercise here. I am healthy and well, until it goes to certain points of your arms, like you do tapping here. Okay, so if you go on YouTube, you can see tapping exercises that you can follow, and also have affirmations along with it. And then you will feel good. Okay, so I hope that helps. You may check it out. Another one is spiritual. We have the spiritual body. So team, this is not really about religion or what you believe in. It's just that the spiritual body or spiritual energy is also a reason why people feel empty sometimes. They don't know their purpose in life, they don't know what they believe in, so there's the tendency that their energy feels low. If you sense that, hey, I got 9 hours of sleep, why is it that my energy still feels low or I feel drained? So look at the 4 aspects that I just discussed: physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual. And you can do the tips I shared, like yoga, meditation, affirmation, visualization. You can do all that to help you heal. Okay, now I've been talking about energy, and I'm sure some of you are wondering, ano ba tong sinasabi ni Zell? Kasi nga, ang energy na alam ko is only in physics, right? Or science, or in our conversation. Kasi energy is like, yun, wow, I feel happy or energetic. But let me tell you about the energy that you see here on the slide, okay? Because some of you are thinking to see is to believe, or to feel is to believe. So ladies and gentlemen, I hope that you can do this right now with me para ma-feel natin yung energy. So please have your hands this way, your palms, and you're supposed to do each step for 20 seconds each. Okay, so could you do it along with me, ladies and gentlemen? I can't see you right now. If you'd like to turn on your video so I know I'm not doing this alone, that'll be fine. Ayan, para naman, di ba, inspired din ako. Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, please have your arms this way. Yes, relax, legs are straight. Legs, feet on the ground, please sit up straight. And then I want you to just shake. So we're going to do this for 20 seconds. While I'm talking, please shake both arms para ma-feel natin kung ano ba si energy na sinasabi ni Zell. Ayan. So please shake. Don't hesitate to shake and smile while shaking para naman talagang happy tayo, di ba? Pati emotional state natin. Ayan, I love the smile of sila Miss Det, sila Miss Cara. Okay, team, next is you shake it again this way, let it fall. Just relax. I know we look crazy right now. Hopefully no one's watching you outside. If they are, ask them to join you. Why not? Diba? Sige, shake lang, team. Happy, please smile. Ayan, the happier we are, the better. And then next, please put your arm this way and tap. Ayan, tap tayo. Kunwari, clapping with your fingers. So at the end of my session, I want you to clap with your fingers para yung energy natin happy. Okay, and now, after tapping this way, ladies and gentlemen, I want you to hold your your hands face to face, and you would feel either an electricity flow, warm feeling or hot, your fingertips, there's a sensation, and then please even make it grow, right? Do you see the energy? It's like there's like a certain ball of energy in the middle of your hand. So if you want the energy to grow, you can actually make it bigger and bigger. And in fact, this is how you can heal. Like for example, if you have a headache, just put it next to your head like this, and then the energy will start to flow in your head so that you can feel better. Ayan. Kung may headache ka or you're having sinusitis, ayan, near your sinusitis area. So were you able to feel that energy? Yes, okay, I see nods here. So the others, I may not see you, but that's how you feel energy. Because if you're doubting about ano ba tong sinasabing Zell na energy, that is how you feel energy. If you want to see energy, you can do this after the session. So you look out your window or go outside and look up in the sky. In the sky, you would see that it's blue, and then you would see certain dots. I think you can try to even imagine it. Do you see that when you're looking out in the sky, you see the clouds, and then you would see certain dots, just like the one on my slide. It's not this bright, but you would see certain dots. Or yun pag sinasabi nilang pag nauntog ka na may parang stars. Yes, okay, Miss Det. Yun yung energy. And when you see energy, that's everywhere. Kaya siya abundant. So team, your assignment after my session for you to really see energy is to do that. Okay? Should we feel something warm, Abigail? Absolutely. Yun iba warm, yun iba hot, yun iba may tingling feeling, may electricity flow. Those are energy. Okay, so you can activate the energy anytime, anywhere. All right, did you appreciate that? I hope you did. I hope you all got to feel energy. If not, just continue to practice that every day, because the more you practice that, the more you will easily feel energy. In fact, you don't even have to do that. The fact that, ayan, okay, good, I'm glad you're feeling energy. Okay, even if you just do this, na masasense nyo na yung energy. Or just have your hands this way and then focus on the middle as if there's a ball of energy. Mafe-feel nyo na may sensations. Okay, so congratulations if you felt it. If not, congratulations pa rin. Kasi nandyan lang siya, dead ma ka lang. Dineded ba mo lang. Now, to help you also, we have different sources of energy. Where can we sense or feel or see the presence of this energy? Number one, we have it in the air. Ayan. Sabi ni Lorraine, mainit. Masakit, nabawasan ang pain. Wow, Lorraine, congratulations. I'm so glad that you felt it. So yun nga, Lorraine, thank you for mentioning that kasi masakit ulo niya. So you do that. If you're feeling you have a tummy ache, you just, do it towards your tummy. So your hand towards your tummy or any area that's painful. Who here are mothers? Because when your kids or your child is sick, lalo na pag baby, diba, ang tendency natin is we tend to hold the baby this way. And we didn't realize that we actually are healing them. Kasi nga the hands are the source of where your energy, it's like the energy goes through our head, right? And then out into our arms. That's why when they do healing, they hold the arms this way. So when you are taking care of your baby and you are holding them this way, little did you know that you're already doing the healing for your babies. Kaya congrats, Lorraine. I'm glad that you are no longer having a headache. So yan, pag masakit ang ngipin, ganyan lang. Kahit mukha tayong crazy, diba, in public, sige, gawin mo. Pag may masakit sa kanya, sige, heal mo rin siya. We want positive energy for everybody. So fresh air. Who here walks in the morning? Anyone here walk? I hope that when you walk either in the morning or a little late in the afternoon. Yung morning kasi, that's where no pollution yet kasi di ba wala pang mga kotse and everything, and then the night is the cool air from the sun. Okay, I do walk in the morning before sunrise up with my dog. Good for you, Janet, because if you walk in the morning, that's when you get good air. Kasi medyo clear pa yung air natin. Pag medyo afternoon, ayan na, mga jeep, buses. Okay, so wag muna kayong maglakad sa hapon, just in the morning. So when you walk in the morning, it's best to walk around 10, 30 minutes. And then you don't actually have to walk. You can even sit down in a nice place, where there's no noise or whatever, and do deep breathing. Kasi nga, source of energy is air. Okay, that's one. So when you say deep breathing, that means you will try to slow down your breathing. So you know how we breathe normally, right? Every day we breathe. We don't even have to think about it. We don't even have to try to stop it. We're just naturally breathing on our own. And when that happens, that's good, but you are not maximizing the air that's coming in and out of your lungs. So yung deep breathing, you still need to do that. So let's do a demo. Yung deep breathing, you will be counting 1 to 5. So you're going to breathe in. I will count for you. And then when you breathe in and fill your lungs with air, right? You're going to pause for about 3 counts before you exhale, and then you're going to again exhale for like 5 seconds. So can we try that, ladies and gentlemen? Let's do deep breathing. Let's do 3 rounds, and then let's see how you feel after that. Okay, so yan, good for you, for all those who love to walk. So ladies and gentlemen, when I count to 5, you're going to breathe in. Okay, so let's begin. 1, 2, 3, go. Breathe in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and hold for 3 seconds. 1, 2, 3. Breathe out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Breathe in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and pause for 1, 2, 3. Breathe out through your mouth. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and pause. Again, breathe in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Pause. 1, 2, 3. Breathe out. 1, 2, 3, 4. Relax. When you breathe in, don't be shy. Really breathe in. When you breathe out, so that the air really comes out. Please try to do that every morning if you can, because if you have exercise for your abs, exercise for the thighs, may exercise then for the lungs, and that is deep breathing. Because normal breathing is very mechanical, and that is not really getting in the best air for your lungs. Okay, so if you want the best, Di ba pag may bags tayo, gusto natin Hermes, LV, dapat yung lungs din, hindi lang tsaka air. Di ba? It should be um, the best air. Wow, it makes a difference. You know, um, Glezima, I hope I'm saying your name right, my dear. I am glad to get this feedback from you because again, energy is the best thing to know about. So congrats if you are feeling it. I feel good that you are feeling it. Okay, so air and breathing is really very helpful. Team, please do that every day. When you talk about deep breathing and then good air intake every day, that calms the nerves. Okay, so if you were getting good feeling out of this, it also reduces stress. Kaya nga, di ba, pag tense tayo, or you're going to have a speech, remember college days, team, or if you're going to attend a meeting and you're going to be presenting or even sessions like this, what do? You breathe in and you breathe out because you're feeling not butterflies in your stomach, you're feeling dinosaurs in your stomach, kaya nagbe-breathe in, breathe out tayo. So it reduces stress. Pag may mga high BP dito, it will reduce or manage your blood pressure. So that's good. So yun, air, that will really help. Attention span. If you're having senior moments, air or deep breathing is going to also help in your attention span, and it detoxifies our body. So we need to make sure that we are always breathing in and out. So yan ang assignment nyo, ladies and gentlemen. Number 1 is that you are always positive. Number 2, do deep breathing, okay, to start your day. Pag gising natin, just sit down on your bed like you're not a morning person like me. Sit down first before getting up. Do breathing exercises. Ayan. And then if you want, you can do the second one. Ito, source of energy also would be the sun. For those who walk in the morning, it's best also that you not get in the air, but you also get sunlight from the morning sun. So the morning sun would be good from 7 a.m. to 9 a.m. 10 a.m. to 3 p.m., bad sun. Bad sun exposure. You're going to get either sunburn or too much sun. That's not good. What do we get from the sun? I'm sure you've heard of vitamin D. Ayan, vitamin D is good for you. Being exposed in the sun from 7 a.m. to 9 a.m. and for around 10 to 30 minutes a day is also going to help with regard to arthritis, nanditong medyo having aches and pains. It also regulates your temperature, your body temperature. It reduces pain, and you'd be surprised, it reduces body odor. Kaya pag may mga friends kayo and hindi nyo mabigyan ng feedback na may body odor ka, tara lakad tayo 7 to 9 a.m. It will reduce body odor. It also fights weight loss. Weight gain rather. Imagine if you're feeling a little big today, lalo na mag-Christmas season. Oh my goodness, it's the time of the year where we just feast almost every day. We gain weight, kaya yun resolution natin for January 1 is always to lose weight, right? Lose weight, but it never happens because we always just gain and gain. And if you're aging, I think that's the thing. It just never stops. Well, the reason also I'm very conscious with my build is the moment I got married, I said, I will make sure my wedding ring still fits me. And second, I do personality development. So I tell you to be healthy, be positive, do exercise. And if I'm not, I would feel like that's against my integrity. Kaya I have to walk my talk. So if I tell you to do these things, trust that I do it myself. Okay, that's why I have Fitbit here, because I need to monitor my sleep. I need to monitor my exercise, because I want you to see that what I tell you to do, I do. Otherwise, I am not cheating you. I am cheating myself. All right. So integrity is very important. Sunlight improves sleep. So if you have insomnia, if you have difficulty sleeping at night, and naubusan na kayo ng numbers, counting sheeps, then go expose yourself to sunlight, because sunlight will help you sleep. Lalo na pag early morning, that would be good for you. Eye health. If you have glasses like I do, my goodness, go outside, do not wear sunglasses, but just look out in the sky, and that will help you also with eye health. Brain function. And if you noticed before, in COVID days, they would encourage people to walk outside in the sun because the sun takes away or helps uh, helps, okay, here's the word, I'm getting my senior moments. The sun kills bacteria in our body. Okay, yes. So please make sure that not only air but exposure to sun. I'm just looking at your love notes. It's done usually before meditation. Okay, all right, yes. Yes, so definitely meditation. When we do meditation, you breathing exercises, we do that, or you go out to the sun, you walk, you exercise, yes. Kasi nga sometimes when we do meditation, you need to ward off the excess energy. So when I do meditation, we do exercises to help us with excess energy. And then after meditation, medyo may exercise din because we need to get rid of excess energy naman during the meditation. So yes, yun sinasabi ni Ayana. Usually before meditation, you can go out, do breathing, deep breathing, and or exposure to air and sun. Kaya yun mga meditation natin, if you have a balcony or a veranda, stay there para may air, may sun. So the best ang magiging meditation nyo, not indoors. Mas maganda outdoors. With your crystals, oh good. Sam, I'm happy for you kasi ito yung mga best setup diba? With candles sometimes, incense, crystals, have it all there kasi these are all great energies to have around you. Ayan. And if you have your sacred place, di ba may mga iba na may altar where they have their crystals. I love crystals, team. Dati talagang punong-puno ako ng crystal. Ito yung mga bracelets ko. I have jade. But sometimes when I do training, excess is not good. So I leave it. After I'm done, I start wearing it also. So I love crystals. Crystals are good. Yan. May mga meanings din yung mga crystals. So good for you, Sam. The next source of energy, kaya ang dami kong gustong i-share, and thank you because at the same time I'm looking at your love notes for me. I'm glad that you're very interested in these things, like because crystals too. Yes, I'm glad you have your altar. Okay, dapat sa may mga ano tayo, no, sharing of crystal ano. Okay. Very good. So yes, I just make sure your crystals are authentic so you can check by checking if they are cold. My favorite is jade and rose quartz. Rose quartz for those who need a partner in life. Ayan, nag-a-attract yan ng mga tamang partners. The third source of energy. I hope you are all happy and good so far. If you are happy and good, let me check. Thumbs up would be nice, or a heart emoji, ladies and gentlemen. May I see if you are happy so far? Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, because your happiness is my happiness. Yes, very happy. Cherry Lou, yay, I celebrate your happiness. The third source of energy, ladies and gentlemen, ito alam ko, marami dito for sure who have these plants. During the pandemic, naging plantito or plantita ba kayo? Remember, I have a high talent of killing plants. Now I don't. Because ever since I learned about energy, I now communicate with my plants. I now love them like my own child. Para silang mga fur babies ko. I love my dogs to the 10th power. And I love my plants now. In fact, sa front, side, and back of the house, and even on the veranda, I have a lot of plants. And I am able to make them thrive. Can you believe that? I so felt sad because my sister gave me succulents, right? Or cactus. And I killed them all. So I wish I knew the energy healing before I killed them because I think it was quite expensive, pero namatay sila. But plants decreases anxiety by 37%. And if you have depression, and you take care of plants, it will decrease that depression by 58%. So those of you who have experienced, because I know family and friends who have anxiety and depression, have plants around you. Please, on the chat box, let me know if you are a plantito or plantita by saying yes. Okay, who here loves plants like I do? I love plants. I love crystals. I love plants. Renis, great job. Plants are good for you. And Carol, Marianne, I'm glad. Love plants too. So please love plants if you don't love them now, because they are a source of energy. Why do I tell you this? Before attending pranic healing, I had vertigo every day because of my allergies. Pag vertigo, yung balance ko was really bad. And yun nga, I was trying to love plants kasi nga my mom just kept sending me plants. She's the best. Yung mga plants ng mom ko, they look like plastic plants because they're so perfect. They look plastic. And she has a whole, wow, grabe yung garden ng mom ko. So she would give me plants. She just doesn't know I've killed most of them. But the thing is, I started to love plants. So I was trying to like it during the pandemic. Now, what happened was, every time I'm doing my planting, my vertigo would go away. And I don't even realize it until I go inside and I start to cook. And I'm like, oh, nahihilo na naman ako. Pero earlier, I wasn't dizzy. And I realized now, oh, wow, during the pranic healing session, they said that plants are a source of energy. And that's why I was getting healed. Hindi ako green thumb, neither am I, Lorraine, pero gusto ko ang plants. Okay, Lorraine, you can become good in planting. Look at me, di ba? Killer of plants before, now lover of plants, and I make them thrive. So Lorraine, remember what we did when we felt energy? Pag nakikita mo, the plants are not surviving, give them that energy. Ganyanin mo yung plant mo para mabuhay siya. And then for all you know, Lorraine, after our session, baka madami ka na ng plants. Okay, so just keep doing it. Practice. If you do it with love and compassion, mafe-feel ng plant. Sige, gawin natin yan, Lorraine. Appear and then give me feedback. Find me in the universe and let me know. Now, aside from being plantito and plantita and my vertigo going away, so for those who have vertigo, just sit down. Kahit hindi kayo mag-planting, just sit down sa garden and you will feel good. Even if you're sick or if you're feeling unwell, if you're feeling emotionally drained or unhappy, if you're feeling negative, go outside, look for a garden, sit there, and then you'll feel happy, you'll feel better. Particularly look for a pine tree. That's why I bought a pine tree, not a huge one, baby pine tree, because they said that if you sit beside a pine tree and you're feeling negative energy, the pine tree will absorb the negative energy and it will be good for the plant. Don't worry, you won't kill the plant no matter how negative you are. It will absorb your negative energy. You will feel positive and the plant will also thrive. Okay? Kasi na-absorb niya. Who here lives in Baguio? Do you notice when you go to Baguio, parang ang babait ng mga tao? Ang babait ng mga drivers, everyone feels so relaxed because of the pine trees that you see there. Little did they know, right? So if you go to Baguio, chop off a pine tree, bring it back home, sit beside it, bring it to work, ayan. For if you go to work, ayan, bring a pine tree pag may negatron sa work nyo, and it will make them more positive. Also, with regard to plants, if you are feeling drained or you feel that so much stress is happening in your life, go outside the garden. If you have grass, walk barefoot, because your negative energy will be absorbed by the ground. Okay, kasi nga nature eh. And sabi nga nila, with nature, you can go walk outside the forest and you will, wala naman tayo kasing forest dito, but if you happen to be near a forest, good for you, because you could walk. If you walk in the forest, your negative energies will go away. You will be healed. You will feel healed because yun nga, plants and the forest, kasi nga sa forest, di ba, very good air, good sunlight, ang daming trees, that will really help you take away the negative energy. So those are tips I have for you. So I'm sure after today, after our session, there will be a demand for pine trees kasi mga 76 participants will be buying pine trees. Or that's a great gift to give during Christmas. Kaya di ba ang saya natin pag Christmas? Kasi yung Christmas tree natin, parang mga pine trees siya. Ayun. So it's a great gift to give someone. I love pine trees. So just sit beside it. Don't worry about what you do with the pine tree. You're still giving it a gift. And then the next source, or the fourth source of energy that we have, is water. Ayan, sino dito who loves to drink water? Please write on the chat box, how many glasses of water do you drink in a day, ladies and gentlemen? Please write down. I need to see 76 answers. How many glasses of water? Wow, 2-liter hands. Wow, but may ha-ha-ha ka pa hand. Good for you kung 2 liters. 1.5 to 2 liters a day. 1 liter, good. True ba to, team? 10 to 15 glasses. Wow, Nina, really? Yung glass mo, ganyan kalaki or ganito kalaki? It depends ha, kasi we need to make sure we read. This is 1 glass of water. Pero mamaya ko na inumin yan. Why? Because we also, okay, not soft drinks or juice. Okay, not soft drinks because the water in soda, juices is not counted. Ayan. So 8 to 10 glasses. What about the others? Sino dito talaga? Team, if you can, try to avoid soda, try to avoid caffeine. Seldom drink water because I would love coffee. Ayan, Maria Rosario, God bless your heart. Avoid coffee because when you drink anything else aside from water, team, hindi siya positive energy for your body. Even with the things that we eat. Kaya nga when we had pranic healing sessions, we only were given vegetables, mga like fish, healthy things for the body, because even the food we take in, it would depend if you're getting in positive or negative energies. Kaya nga yun mga pork, di ba? They say try to avoid pork. That's why we have hypertension and anything else related to the sickness kasi nga sa mga fats. Pag masaya lang, umaabot sa 1.5 liters. So Lorraine, after the session, sana puro 1.5 to 2 liters of water. You love coffee. You know, I used to love coffee. And coffee has benefits too, ladies and gentlemen. But then again, if you really want pure positive energy flowing in your body, because how many percent of water? Our body is filled with water, about 70%, right? How about tea? Han, tea is good for you, especially after a meal. But then again, water is separate from tea. So if you're able to drink 6 to 8 glasses of water, yun mga umiinom ng 10 to plus, very good for you. And it also depends ha, ladies and gentlemen, baka yun iba talagang 2 liters pero mga 4 feet lang sila. And then yun mga umiinom ng 6 glasses or less than 5, mga 6-footer. It depends on your height, your weight. All right, if you're pregnant, because if you're pregnant, drink for more. Because again, water is really good for you. In Japan, they have this water therapy where they drink 2 glasses before when they wake up, and 2 glasses before a meal, 2 glasses before they sleep. So very nice yung skin nila. They're really hydrated. Okay, so as much as possible, team, water is good, tea is good, coffee not all the time, barley drink, healing daw yung barley, so that should be fine. Herbal drink, yes, kasi natural siya. Anything that's natural is good. Okay, Nina? So I hope that I'm able to answer your questions. So what we're saying is water really is the most beneficial. Yung soda, thank you, Lord, I've done away with soda. I don't have the temptation to drink it now because, you know, on Facebook, you would see how soda has a lot of sugar, right? Tapos next would be like coffee and then juices. So as much as possible, we like it to be pure. And ito yun, 1 glass of water. And when I drink my water, ladies and gentlemen, I talk to my water, or I say, I love you, or say positive things to the water, because your water is energy. And when you talk about the healing powers of water, there's a book that Masaru Emoto wrote, The Healing Power of Water. He shares there that the water, when looked at under the microscope, forms crystals. If you talk to your water in a positive way, the crystals form beautiful shapes of crystals. Yung nakikita natin sa Christmas, right? The crystals that they have, minsan decorations natin. If you say positive things to your water, it forms crystals. If you curse at your water, say negative things to your water, if you play heavy metal, your water does not form crystals. So what is that trying to say? Sabi ni Mr. Emoto in his book, when you treat your water in a positive way, the energy that you give is taken by the water either positively or negatively, and then it forms crystals. So you can even test it. Pag meron kayong kanin, di ba? Nagluto kayo ng kanin and then it's kind of spoiling after a day or two, you try to put healing energy on it by, you know, what I taught you earlier, heal it, pray over it, or say positive things na you are healthy, you are well, you are okay. In a few hours, you will see yung kanin magiging okay na siya because it has water. Yun. Thinking about water, sorry, I'm pausing because there are so many tips I want to give you. With regard to the pine tree, okay, going back to our pine tree, what you can do also is, if you have negative feelings, get a glass of water, and then what you do is you talk to your water as if binubuhos nyo lahat ng negative feelings nyo sa tubig, and then what you do is you put that negative feelings into the water, then pour the water into the plant. And then the negativity will go away. Ayan, that's another tip I can give you. So aside from water curing illnesses, lowering your BP, yung Mampa, right? She has high blood pressure. So I encourage her to drink a lot of water, because what happens if your BP is high and you're not drinking a lot of water, your blood is getting thicker. So when you drink water, it helps the blood become thinner, and then it is easily able to circulate. Of course, we know that water also helps in digestion. So kung yung mga constipated dyan, lalo na pag buntis ka and you're having difficulty, right? Going to the bathroom, water will definitely help. So if you can maintain the 1.5 to 2 liters a day, that's good. But then again, too much of something is not good. So kung nafe-feel nyo na grabe, ihi na lang ako ng ihi, wala nang kulay yung tubig ko, parang hindi mo na ma-determine yung kulay ng toilet water from your pee, then maybe that's too much also. So too much of something is not good. Kailangan balance lang lahat. Another thing about water, ladies and gentlemen, is, yun nga, if you are going to drink, just whisper, I love you to your water, because you are now putting positive energy in your body. Kasi nga 70 plus 78 or 70% of our body is composed of water. Kaya positive water, positive feelings. Another tip I have for you, I hope you're taking notes of the tips I give so that you can do it tonight or later on after our session. Another tip I have for you is that you put salt in a glass of water that a glass you're no longer using. And then if you want your house to have positive energy, please put salt, maybe a spoonful of salt in a glass of water, and then fill that with water, and then put it in corners of your room so that the water and salt will absorb the negativity of that room. I suggest you put it under beds, near the windows, and put it in every room that you feel have negative energy. Salt lamp is good. By the way, salt is healing. That's why if you love going to the beach, do you feel refreshed? Yes, we do. It's not because of the beach, but it's because of the salt in the water that really has the healing energy. Kaya nga, di ba, sabi nila, if you wanna feel good, dun ka lang sa beach, amuyin mo yung air in the beach, soak yourself sa salt water, and then there's healing energy. Okay, pupunuin po ba ng tubig ang baso? Okay, so for example, this is my This is my water. Yes, fill it, and then put 1 spoonful of salt. The reason you will fill it is that the next day you will see how much it was na absorb or na it lessened. So when it lessened, it means medyo ang daming negative energy sa room na yon. Okay? So you're kind of trapping it. So rock salt, please. Yes. Pwede naman din iodized, but then rock salt. Baka magalit ko yung parents nyo pag iodized kasi ginagamit din sa pagluto. But rock salt, yes. The most natural salt. Himalayan salt, the pink salt, that's also very powerful even for your body. So you can use that for cooking. With regard to the absorbing of negative energies in your room, tapat nyo sa mga windows or corners of your room hidden so that no kids will drink it. Okay, so as much as possible, punuin nyo siya so that you will see the effects of it the next few days. And then sometimes if there's a room that you feel heavy, because if you go into a room, ladies and gentlemen, di ba minsan yung feeling natin, parang bigat ng nafe-feel ko sa room because you can sense the energy in that room. If you feel o yung mga haunted house, ayan, lagyan nyo ng maraming water with salt. Okay, because that will definitely heal it. Okay. Any other comments? So yes, rock salt siya. Yung iba nilalagyan din ng vinegar. How about plants? Yes, they absorb negative energies, but the energy that they are absorbing that are not good isn't good for them. Just like the pine tree I said. Dapat ata sa office may water with salt. Damihan nyo ng salt. Lagyan nyo ng 1 bucket of salt. Lalo na pag may mga negatrons sa office. Di ba January? Okay. How often do we replace the water? As often as you see it depleting. So pag ubos na siya, sige lagay lang. So there's no rule to that, team. Ako kasi I want my house to always be positive in energy. I realize that the rooms we don't use, kasi may mga storage room, yun mga nabibilis mawala ng tubig. So replace it. Pag halfway, sige, replace it, no issue. Just make sure there's salt. Some put vinegar, that's fine, but then salt and water is fine. Ayan. So I hope that has helped you. Now, I just also want to share with you that you know how when we would have meditation, right? Ano ba yung sinasabi nilang, where does the energy and all that come from? I don't know. And well, I'm sure you have, some of you, heard of the chakra or the chakra. So we have 7 chakras. There are actually more. Parang may chakra, tapos may mga sub-chakras, but we have, and by the way, pronunciation could either be chakra or chakra. It's up to you. Walang mali, okay? It's really fine, acceptable both. Okay, so January has heard about chakra. We start with, let me just explain each one, and you might want to take note of what I'd like to share so that you can start healing. And with what I'm going to share right now, you will know if you have problems in that area. Let's start with the root chakra. What is the root chakra? This is the chakra that is focused on stability and grounding, if you could see on the slides. So when you talk about stability, it's this root is more of the survival mode. When you say survival mode, that's when we have, you know, Maslow's hierarchy of needs. We have the water, we have food, we have shelter. Ayan, yan yung survival mode natin. If your chakra, okay, let me explain first. Our bodies are full of energy. And when they talk about chakra, para siyang, I'm trying to think of analogies to help you. It's like a vehicle, right? If a vehicle's engine has an issue, then the other parts of the engine or the car will have to work double time to keep the car moving. So you need that part of the engine that is defective to be fixed. Otherwise, the other parts of the car will start malfunctioning. Yun chakra, the function of chakra. So for example, if you're talking about root chakra, it's in charge of areas in that part of the body. Yung root chakra is at the bottom part. Yun parang the lowest part of your spinal cord. Okay, so if you know, you will know if that part of your chakra is balanced when you feel at peace, you feel grounded, you feel secure. Yeah. If that part of your chakra is not balanced, then you feel greed. Okay, kasi nga ito yung root that is more of stability. And if you notice hoarder ka, madami ba ditong hoarder? In feeling mo, ay nako, I need to buy this kasi baka maubusan ako, right? Medyo hindi na balance yung root chakra nyo kasi nga you're over possessing You start to hoard. I used to be that way kasi nga feeling ko na nako, I need to buy this para hindi ako maubusan. The second root, okay, the second chakra after the root chakra would be your sacral chakra. So if we're looking at the slide, it's located at the navel or right below your belly button. Yan yung sacral chakra. And that part of your chakra is more of the sexuality, your sexual energy, your creativity, as well as your emotions. So if that part of your chakra is balanced, then you feel a lot of joy, you are passionate. Okay. Oh, by the way, going back to root, sorry, ang dami kong gustong i-share. Yun sa root chakra, it will affect you physically. Kung hindi siya balanced, you will experience arthritis, constipation. Remember, it's that part of your body. Nandun yung bladder, nandun yung colon. So you hear people with colon cancer, may issues sa constipation. Yan, medyo hindi na balance yung root chakra natin. And that's where you have to focus your energy healing on. Remember the one I taught you and then do it in that area. The second one is the sacral chakra, and that's again lower part, so sexuality. If it's balanced, then you are feeling joy and you are feeling passionate about life. If it's not balanced, that's when you feel na, kasi diba it's about sexuality or sexual energy. And if there are times na you're intimate, let's say with a partner, and then you feel na may guilt or may shame expressing that sexual energy, then there's imbalance in that chakra. With regard to the physical aspect, if your sacral chakra, natatangtay na ako, sacral chakra is not balanced, then you will experience UTI, lower back pain, for the gentleman, right? You may have issues in that area as well, medyo impotence. Yan, yun yung mga mafe-feel natin. The third one, so again, we're counting on the 7. So from bottom up, the third one is the solar plexus chakra. And the solar plexus, that is the area, yun sa 6-pack area. Sige, 1-pack na lang po. Yun iba, anong 6-pack? Wala akong 6-pack. So 1 to 2 packs na lang, that area. That is where your solar plexus is. And that is focusing on your wisdom and your confidence. So in that case, if that chakra is not balanced, if it's balanced, you will feel self-worth, you have very high confidence, you have high self-esteem. Yan yung mga effects if it's balanced. So it's like we're doing a checklist right now. If it's not balanced, may tendency kayong judgmental, you gossip a lot, you are envious of others. You know, di ba, pag sa Facebook nakikita nyo, successful to, ba't to successful? Ba't ako hindi ganyan? Ito din ginagawa ko. Yun, medyo may imbalance yung solar plexus natin. Kasi nga, you are judgmental, you are now complaining a lot. And I'm sure at work, we see people who experience that. With regard to the physical aspect, you will start to feel ulcer, you have eating disorder, even indigestion, yun hindi nyo ma-digest yung food nyo. Yan, you have imbalance. With the heart chakra, so love, right? Ayan, heart chakra. This hits on your emotions, love, ayan, compassion. And if it is balanced, you have love for self. Again, you cannot give what you do not have. So if you do not love yourself, you do not love other people easily. Yung parang may self-doubt kayo, may doubt din kayo sa iba. You have trust issues kasi nga, you can't seem to trust yourself or anybody. However, if you have imbalanced heart chakra, then you have relationship issues, nandyan yung super selosa, nandyan yung super insecure. Yan, if you are that way, ladies and gentlemen, and you would know if you self-assess, medyo may imbalance sa heart chakra. What can you do? Yun iba kasi, ay, anong gagawin ko? Then if you don't have a partner in life, what you can do is you take care of pets, all right? Buy a pet, adopt a pet, because that will help you, or even kids, diba? If you don't have kids, then maybe your neighbors have kids you can take care of so that you can practice to balance that part of your chakra. With regard to the heart chakra, again, the physical part of it would be affecting your heart. Yung mga may heart problems, ayan, imbalance in heart chakra. Asthma, kung may asthma ka, again, it's near the lung area. So remember when we talk about the chakra, wherever it's located, it affects the organs near that area. Kaya nga pag may heart chakra, may mga sub-chakras then connecting. It's just that the heart is the station of those chakras. Okay, I hope I am clear so far. So the heart chakras, we go up to the throat chakra. So it's located here, and it is about communication. If it is balanced, then you speak your truth, diba? When you talk about you speak your truth, then like for example, there are people who, yun anak ni Sharon Panetta, si Miel, she told her family that, di ba, she prefers a different sexuality. And when you talk about your authenticity, ayan, you're okay with your chakra. So in that case, she has balance kasi nga, na-share niya kung ano talaga yung nafe-feel niya as a person. If you have imbalance with regard to your throat chakra, may tendency kayo na you share, you have a lot of secrets in your life. There are a lot of things you're hiding from people. You worry a lot about what people say. You can't speak up. You tend to be very passive. If you notice you're at work and hindi nyo ma-assert sarili nyo, not only to bosses pero yung colleagues nyo, hindi nyo mabigyan ng feedback, there's an imbalance with regard to your throat chakra. And since it's the throat area, it will affect your throat and your voice kung may imbalance. So yun mga may throat issues, yun nga yung palaging nagki-clear ng throat, right? There must be something, or goiter, yan yung mga issues of the throat chakra. That's why our emotions really are linked to our physical aspect. Lahat yan connected. That's why you need to be able to take care of your emotions, to take care of your physical body. The next one would be the third eye chakra. So yun, iba, they say this is the third eye. It's actually here in between your eyes. That's your third eye chakra. Sino ba dito may third eye? Meron ba? Nakikita nyo ba? May entity beside me. Okay, so yung third eye chakra that is there, it's about wisdom. And ano ba yan? Intuition. Yan. Yung mga malalakas ang intuition, that's where our third eye is. Ako kasi, I'm Scorpio, so my intuition is really very high. Para akong lie detector. May built-in lie detector. So if your third eye chakra is balanced, then you actually connect with your higher self. May certain guidance kayo. Because team, believe it or not, I do have that guidance. Parang when something good is happening in my life, butterflies appear. Makakakita ko ng white butterfly, and I'm very sensitive to insects I see. When there's something happening in my life that's going to be good, or I know that I need assurance that I'm guided, butterflies appear, and it actually flies in front of me. And then I see coins, ayan, yun yung mga signs. And then if you see mga numbers na 1111, 2222, would you believe every day, talagang every hour, I see those numbers, repetitive numbers, every hour, ha? So if it's 111, I see it. If it's 222, I see it. And it's every hour. So I have guidance from my higher self. With regard to the physical aspect, if you have imbalance in the third eye, there's problem with hearing and concentration. And you know, remember my vertigo before, so I was having issues with my inner wisdom. But I guess as we age, so again, here we go with age. As we age, and it's just a number, we eventually have that certain higher self. Yun parang everything else doesn't matter. You're just focused on how you can be a better person. You're being guided in life, what you can do for others, yun yung higher self. If this area is not balanced, you start to have self-doubt. You feel like, ano ba yung purpose ko sa buhay? May purpose ba ako sa buhay? Yan yung mga sinasabi nilang midlife crisis na natatawag natin. Last, but not the least, we have the crown chakra. This is about knowledge and spirituality. And again, the crown chakra is on the top of the head. And if you notice, di ba yung mga photos ni Jesus, sila Joseph, they have a halo, even angels. So I guess this is somehow connecting to telling us about the crown chakra. And since it's connected to spirituality, isn't it amazing, di ba? So when this is balanced, you have oneness, you feel whole, you feel like, I can handle everything in life. You believe that we human beings are connected and we want to help each other. Hindi yun kanya-kanyang buhay. We want win-win for all and we want happiness for everyone. If this chakra is not balanced, then you will feel isolation. You will feel like the lone wolf. Or parang feeling mo na you're the only one in this world who exists and you're not happy. So yun yung crown chakra. And the good thing about these 7 chakras is that it's telling us that we have like a 7-year cycle. So kunwari yung root chakra, from 1-year-old to 7 years old, yan yung survival mode, right? So that's the time we're learning na, okay, I need to survive. This is how I get my water. This is how to get my food. This is how it feels when I have shelter. So yun yung 1 to 7 years old. The next one would be the sacral chakra, which is like from 7 years old to 14. So ito yung time na we're experiencing mga sexual energies. Ito yung mga high school days, di ba? No, yung first crush mo, first love mo, first kiss ng iba, whole, holding hands while walking experience. Ayan. So, you know, it's really interesting, right? So from 21 to 28, ito naman yung solar plexus chakra when you talk about the 7-year cycle in life. So from 21 to 28 years old, dito na yun natututo natin mga wisdoms in life. And then from heart chakra, anong age yan? 28 to 35. So that's when you start to get married in life. So isn't it interesting? That's what it says. So ladies and gentlemen, when you talk about these chakras, they have to be balanced, because if not, you would know by the examples I gave you, and then that's where you can channel your energy of healing. Yes, angel number sound. That's true. Ayan. So, Sam, up here tayo. I see a lot of us have a lot in common. So, yun yung mga tinatawag nilang angel numbers. And how the universe, you know, if you talk to the universe, it's guiding you. You just have to really listen. Kaya yung meditation helps when you listen. And when you are able to do all that, then you feel, you know, really happy in life. You feel secure. You won't take things personally. Parang alam mo na life is just really a place to learn, a place to you know, live and learn. And then when we move on after this life, then we know that we learned our lesson. Ayan. So yun, I'm wishing that everyone will have health in their life with regard to physical health, mental health, emotional health, and spiritual health. Para happy lahat. Because again, ladies and gentlemen, this is really very crucial. Your body's ability to heal is greater than anyone has permitted you to believe. Diba? Sabi nga nila, as the years go by, our cells renew. It's just that the only person who prevents you from healing is actually yourself, because we believe differently. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for your time. If you have questions, clarifications, we will allow you to do that. So thank you and be well always.
Thank you so much, Zell.
You're welcome.
We actually already have questions on the board. Somebody asked, does chakra bracelets or accessories, are they effective?
Yes, yes, they're effective. Just as long as they are, Queenie, just as long as they are authentic. That's why we do cleansing, diba? When you buy these accessories from Chinese stores, they do cleansing. Um, some of you, even if you have your jade or what have you, and you don't have that cleansing thing, you can wash the bracelet, and you can even put energy on the bracelet so that it will be okay. Thank you, Queenie. Di ba? Minsan I train and there are fill in the blanks. Para lang, ayan, cleansing bowl. Ayun. Di ba they do the cleansing for the, so that is effective. Make sure it's authentic.
How do you know if it's authentic?
You're welcome. Because, well, first of all, the price, and then where you buy it, because usually when you go to Chinese stores, they sell it, and it's authentic. Sometimes you can feel it because it's cold, or sometimes you can, if you have a coin and then you'll try to tap on it, it has a different sound. So iba-iba minsan the weight of it. So yun. So it's helpful to research and then ask around. Tsaka hindi cheap yun mga crystals.
The real
And
ones are
you're
not cheap.
welcome. Yeah. Mhm.
Thank you,
Yeah,
Zell.
di nagbaburn. Ayan. Yes, thank you, Sam, for that. Di nagbaburn yung crystals, okay?
Yeah, so Sam has been giving some tips as well. That
Yeah,
selenite is
even
great for
January.
cleansing in
Ayan.
January.
Ayun, January. Thank you for the the descriptions. Nawawala na yung mga words ko. So, echoing sounds. Yes, gong-like. Yan, parang malalaman mo talagang authentic. Hindi lang siya parang blunt sound. Okay, talagang may certain music to the ear yung sound niya.
So I guess some are like decorative lang when, I mean, like when they sell it in the mga tiangge, they're really not real.
Because if it's authentic, it's really expensive.
Okay.
And,
I'll go back. Go ahead.
Oh, yes. Yes. Miss that. I just want to say thanks because, as they were asking questions, I hope I was able to answer them. If we were not able to answer the questions, kindly post it now so we can see. Di ba, Miss
Yes, I was going to go back to what Sam also asked. She said, sorry, late question. I have black salt beside my laptop. Is that okay?
Ah, okay. Well, yes, any salt really is good. Rock salt is the best. Okay, any salt is really fine. No worries with salt.
I'm posting one of her other tips there. Lapis lazuli is great for have on the office desk. She posted that. Sam posted that also earlier. Okay, and then let me just go back to see if there are. Somebody asked earlier. Abigail was asking if there are any readings that you can share.
Well, you know what I normally do because there are a lot. You can go on YouTube and look for all, research lang kayo tapos makikita nyo ang dami yung makikitang that could help, that you could view, that you could read about. Madami. So just check on energy healing. You can check on mga chakra so that you'll read. A lot of people share about that. But you can choose also what kind of you can choose also who you prefer. Kasi di ba yun iba, when you look at YouTube posts or videos, there are some who seem like they're recorded. There are some who speak like, they're really conducting a session. So it's like different strokes for different folks. Kaya when you research, mas makikita mo rin yung videos that you would prefer most. Okay, so yes, just go. Everything is usually out there.
Do you have any personal favorites, Zell?
Well, I really like to get it from different people. But Carol Tuttle, Tuttle, magagaling din yung mga sharings niya. And you would see that because of her energy healing, you would see her before and after photo. Mukha siyang old before and then now she looks very radiant and young. That's why I was sharing that earlier.
That's good. Talagang really, helps us not just
Yeah.
like emotionally, but physically as well.
Oh, wow. Ayan, even Sam. Si Sam talagang, she's really into these things. I'm
Yeah.
happy that we have the same interest, di ba? Yung mga crystals, yung mga yoga, yung mga things like that. So, yes, Carol is really good.
That's good. Okay.
Please,
Do we have?
please don't hesitate, team. Baka may mga questions
Yes,
pa
that's
kayo. We would take advantage of us now in a good way. We hope that you were able to learn. Yes. Yes, I'm happy to. Okay. How
Carol
should we
has.
handle negative? Oh, I thank you very much for this question. So, negative energy is everywhere, ladies and gentlemen. What I would normally do is I would just close my eyes and imagine myself being surrounded by parang a huge fountain of water surrounding me, right? So when that happens, it's like you are blocking yourself from negative energy. Because remember, I shared earlier that we have energies in our body. And in fact, I know Sam knows this, may aura. Diba? We all have our aura. And some people can see aura. In fact, you can even try to practice it. Maybe as you are looking at someone with a white background, focus on their like third eye area. You know how sometimes you're in the church and you're looking at the priest and you would see a certain like halo outlined. Okay. Some will be so good at seeing colors. Some will be good enough to see that there's like a line or outline. So try that, practice that. So we have auras, and that's also very, you know, that very helpful. Yung parang, you know, the energy I did, so kind of do that with your aura. Parang protect your aura. So remember how we felt energy and then we did that? So do it. Yun parang ipapahid mo siya sa outline of your body, diba? You will see that with, you could check that out also on YouTube, yun how to protect yourself from negative energy. Is it true that negative people tend to gravitate toward positive people? Unfortunately, January, it's the other way around. Kaya nga I was sharing that negative energies are so strong. So we have to just really protect ourselves. Yun nga, use the water or do self-talk. Na talagang, okay, I will not be tempted to do negative things. Kaya nga, di ba, when people tend to tell you, ganito, negative, you have the temptation to do it. So try to be stronger than that. Yes. If you can influence people who are negative to be positive, good for you. But try not to be negative, influenced.
Giselle, I have a question. In
Yes.
the different chakras, if let's say, diba, we do a personal assessment and we feel that there's something that's imbalanced, what can we do to help put it back in balance?
Okay. Yes. If you noticed earlier, yun nga si Carol Tuttle, she shared the 4 energies, the physical. For the physical, you could do yoga, meditation. And then for the mental aspect, affirmation. And in all those aspects, you can also do the energy.
Focus.
Yes. And then yun nga, you do yoga. Well, if you don't want to do yoga, you can just do meditation. Tapos yun nga, yun energy healing. You know, do the energy healing.
All right. Okay,
Tips
thank
that-
you.
You're welcome.
We
And
have
team, read a lot about it. You can check YouTube on how may mga iba't ibang ways then on how you can tackle or balance. Like for example, in the root chakra, if you feel that it's imbalanced, just learn to for example, yun root chakra, it's about peace and being grounded. So if you are more of greed or being over possessive, how can you be more peaceful? Yun. Think about how ito yung way of balancing it. So if I'm not balanced, gagawin ko yung way of balance. I hope you guys get my point, right? Because that's why I gave you the tip team on how it's balanced and how it's not. So parang ang keyword nyo is, di ba, sa heart chakra, if you have love for self and love for others, pero kung hindi siya balanced, edi learn to love yourself. Learn to love yourself by forgiving yourself. Yung iba kasi, di ba, ay naku, I don't love myself because in the past I stole this, I left my husband, or so those things come out. So forgive yourself, because everything in life happens for a reason. It When you say happens for a reason, it's lessons to be learned. We come here with lessons to be learned, and they're not to be judged. It's for the growth of our soul. So whatever mistakes we have done, but as long as you've acknowledged and forgiven yourself, you will learn to have self-love, and that will balance out your heart chakra, and then yun nga, yung energy healing.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Earlier, Zell, you were also talking about how we can transfer the negative energy to a plant and then
Yes.
put it in the water and then throw it, right?
Oh,
Can
okay.
you
So
tell us more about that? Like, how do you do that?
yeah, sure. Okay, so let's just say I have had a breakup with my boyfriend. Kunwari, nag-break kami ng boyfriend ko or naghiwalay kami ng asawa ko, and I feel so bitter, I feel so jealous, I feel so angry. Instead of telling another human being, because your negativity can pass on to, like, let's say, Miss Det. So imbis na i-share ko sa kanya, kasi ang tendency ni Miss Det is, since we're friends, she's gonna say, alam mo, Zel, oo nga, hiwalayan mo na yan, wag mo na yan. So instead of her maybe pacifying me in a positive way, may tendency siya to be biased because we're friends. She will say, oo nga, Zel, so negativity plus negativity is not good. So instead, get the glass of water, dun mo sabihin, kunwari best friend mo yan, si tubig, right? So, you know what? I'm really angry at him because he cheated on me. I have so much anger in my heart because of him. So you've told the water everything. Itapon nyo na lang sa plant, so that that negative energy will not flow everywhere, but you've let it go, and it will be good for the plant, kasi nga plants absorb negative energies, di ba nga? If you're negative, walk on the grass barefoot, it absorbs your negative energy. Don't worry, you will not kill anything, but at least you transferred it somewhere. Nalabas mo din, you unburden it, because remember, ladies and gentlemen, if you bottle up something, you will eventually explode, and it's not good for you. So instead of bottling it up, or instead of sharing it with someone who may even be a negative influence to you, sabi nga nila, when you share it with a friend and that friend feels like they're such a friend, if you are such a friend, you will be objective, hindi ka subjective. Hindi ka yun, oo nga, Zel, wag mong gawin yan. You have to be too. If that friend of yours didn't hear the side of your husband, what if the side of your husband is right and you're wrong? Diba? Ayan. So, be objective. Talk to the water, because the water doesn't say anything. Itapon mo na afterwards. Don't drink the water. Baka ibalik, balik nyo pa yung negativity sa... Okay. Sam does that too, is that how I do that and throws at trees. Yes, because the trees, they absorb it. So it's also good for them. Then it's gonna be good for you.
Yeah, that's good.
Yes.
Okay, so that's a very good tip.
Thank you.
Yeah. Any
I
other?
hope-
Yeah. You can even unmute yourself if you want to ask the questions out loud,
Don't
or
be
even
shy.
give comments. Yeah.
I know we have a lot of participants, but I see most of the same ones, asking and participating, and thank you for that. Iba. I really feel good every time I share this, because as a facilitator, the highest level of teaching someone is to influence them. So when I know that you do what I teach, it's like success story for me. Di ba, Miss Det, ganun talaga?
Yes, that's so true.
I am starting from start to finish. Okay, me too. Thank you.
Hello.
I'm getting
There we
Hello.
have someone. Yeah.
I'm trying to like put it how to put it into words. So of course energy, whether negative or positive, is contagious, right? So most of the times, if ever we're not feeling okay, we're going to work still, right? But we're not okay. We're really not okay emotionally, mentally. Um and then of course you want people to understand, but of course they don't know your scenario, what you're going through. And then of course at the end of the day, you'll feel bad because because some of them won't understand you, except to those people you actually shared what you're going through. So how is that balance of not trying to you want to not try to affect people, but you also want to be understood, but of course you cannot share to them as much as well. So I don't know how to word this, but something like that. I hope you understand my question.
Yes. Sorry, who is this again, please?
Ab,
Abby. Yes.
Okay. Thank you so much. That's a tough one, and that's a very humble act of not having to share it, so that you don't, because you don't need to explain everything about your life to anyone, because you are the one living it. And in fact, what you're doing, if you're really doing that in reality, not sharing it with others, is a very good thing, because you don't burden other people. At the same time, um, yun nga eh, it's like you're trying to work on it, you're on your own. In my case, I'm like that. So what I do is, because a lot of people come to me ever since I was young. Let's say I'm high school, yung mga best friends ko, they're in college, and they talk to me like I'm a mentor. That's why I guess I took up BS psychology, because of that. You know, how people come to me for some reason and they feel like I'm someone they can open up to. And I would just listen and listen and not give advice. But in my case, if I have issues in life, I don't share it with anyone. Even my closest friends, I don't, because what I do now is I look into myself and see, what can I do? How can I help myself? I guess also this is about me being in training, taking up psychology, and trying to really self-regulate. You know, I have like a scorecard for myself dear. So I don't know if this will work for you, but I have a journal. I write down how I feel. I write down how I can be a better version next week, next day, and I really try to better myself every day. So that's what I do. And it helps me because I understand myself a lot more. But it's like, okay, my issue right now is this. What can I do, or what choice can I make so I can be in a different place right now? Right? So meron akong parang checklists for myself. So if that would work, if you want to try, you could try to have that, and then see if it works for you. Otherwise, the best people to go to would maybe be your siblings if you can't go to your mom or dad. I hope that
Thank you,
helps.
Zell. Yes.
You're welcome.
Journaling. Yeah, good reminder. That's true.
Yeah. And then, when you read your journal several years back, you'll see na, okay, wow, this is what I went through then. This is how I handled it. Yun. And then when you talk to friends, yun yung nagiging advice mo. Abby, do you agree that when your friends have issues, like example, an issue financially, you have a lot of advice you can give. And then when you have the financial issues, like you don't know what to do, right? So when you're in that, when you're within that circle, ang hirap niyang isolve. Pero kung yung friend nyo with that issue, parang ang daling bigyan ng advice. So that's what I do. I would think, okay, yung friend ko na may ganitong issue, what did I advise them? So it's more of reflection again.
Got it.
Why?
Thank you.
Any more questions, team? Thank you for asking. Thank you for sharing also your input and insights. Very, very helpful. Any more? Or are you just so happy, team? You're so elated right now you can't speak. Or are we having throat chakra issue?
or maybe they're excited to look at the sky.
Oh, yes, please. Team, yung assignment nyo. Right after this, go out the window, look for that energy. Yes. Ayan,
Do
parang
we have,
wala
do we have
na
any
yan.
other questions? There we have an
Mm.
appreciation post.
Thank you, Lorraine. I appreciate that you guys appreciate the tips. And I'm glad. Thank you. Every time someone writes a comment, I really get goosebumps. You're welcome. Very, very welcome.
Positive energy coming
Yeah.
from them. Yeah.
Diba?
All right. So I think there are no more questions. There are just a lot of appreciation
Thank you, Sam.
there. So also from Glyza. Glyza, is that Glyza, right? I think that's her nickname.
Oh, Liza. Guys, thank you, Sam. Ayan, mga consistent. Parang best friends ko na kayo. Feel na feel ko yung energy nyo. I feel like we have so much in common.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm glad. You know, you being here, remember what I shared earlier? You being here was for a reason. And it was maybe something you were thinking about before and it's like answered, or it was meant to happen. Mga life's synchronicities.
Mhm.
You're very welcome, January.
Nothing really happens by chance, right?
You are
So,
where you are meant to be.
yes. So I think there are no more questions. And again, Zell, on behalf of Assessment Analytics, I'd like to thank you. Oh, wait, we have one more. One more question. Pahabol. How is it possible to feel positive energy in an unpleasing environment?
Nice. Okay. So it's a matter of perspective because team, no matter how negative something is, or, you know, always look at what you can find. Sabi nga nila, di ba, if we have a bond paper and I put a dot on the bond paper, normally they see the dot and not the whole space that's available. So parang ganun yun, negativity and positivity, right? Like it's like one speck of negativity erases everything else that's positive. So Janet, my advice is if you feel like you need to wake up that positive energy and then medyo you're surrounded with negative energies, then just always think like, what can I do to make it better? Diba? What can I do to overcome that? So it's just really being, you know, self-talk again and knowing how you can make things happen, right? And so parang more of you being a police to yourself. Thank you, Abigail. I'm glad you did.
You're welcome,
Yes, thank
Abby, for the
you.
from AAI. So once again, Zell, thank you so much. I think it's not really just your time that we're thankful for, but really all the tips, the personal stories that have been very insightful for all of us. So I love how practical the tips are. Definitely the things that we can do to put some balance in our lives are really things that we can, simple things, deliberate things that we can do. Like, you know, like always thinking positive, making sure that also those tips on how we can even tap and the how to collect the healing energy. Those are things that we can definitely apply in our day-to-day lives. Thank you for teaching us all about the chakra. What we can do later on to those who are here is share the slide so you can also see the different parts on where these chakras are. But as Zell said, a lot of these information are also available online, and it's also a matter of finding out which ones connect with us, right? So who among these experts also connect with us on how we can apply these, how we can learn more on healing energy. So again, on behalf of Assessment Analytics, I would like to thank Ms. Verselli, A. Claraval, or Zell for short, for spending and sharing her valuable knowledge on the healing energy with all of us today. So today is the last of our series on the mental health webinars this October. So on this 27th day of October, thank you, Zell, for spending. I know we know you're very busy, you know, for all our attendees. Zell just came from another session a few days ago, so she's been very, very busy, and we'd like to thank her again for carving out this time to spend with all of us to teach us these very practical tips on how we can make our lives more positive by putting all these healing energies. And amazing also, Zelha, that you haven't gotten sick. So I think that's maybe another tip that we can all do on how to pass on the negative energy outside.
Yes.
Thank you, Zel.
You're welcome. My pleasure.
Yeah, so thank you, Abby. She said that this is the second for her. If you don't mind, I'd also like to thank those who have been with us for the past 4 sessions. I hope I don't miss anyone. Let me just So we'd like to thank Ayana, Camille, Jinky, Joanne, Randolph, and Sander, who have been with us for the past 4 weeks. And those who have been with us for, I hope I didn't miss anyone. Donna, Elaine, Eugenie, Grace, Ishel, Jacob, who was also early today, right? Joseph, JR, Chris, Levani, Lorraine, Luis, and Miss Roberto, who have also been with us for 3 sessions. So thank you, and we're glad that you enjoyed this series and have come back for all 3 or 4 sessions. So before we go, we hope that everyone can also turn on their cameras so we can, aside from Zell seeing all your faces, we can also take a photo.
Wow, there you go.
Now you see their faces.
Yes.
Yes.
Ayun.
Yeah, so we have Mark with someone else. Oh.
Oo nga, Mark. Sino yan, Mark? Thank you,
Yeah,
Abe.
so
You're welcome.
let me
Bye.
count so that we can all smile and the team can take a photo. So 1, 2, 3, smile. Let me just, I think there are several. So can the team take a photo, please? So next page. 1, 2, 3, smile. Another page ba, Ray? Or you're all good? Sorry, I didn't hear.
We're good. We're
Done
good.
na, all pages. All right,
Please.
so once again, thank you everyone for joining us today. We also have a short poll, which we hope you can answer before you go so that we also can further improve our sessions and know also what other topics you'd like to hear about. If you want to know more information about healing energy, please put that there as well. I'm sure Zell will also be
Yeah.
very willing to share. Thank you. Thank you, Glyza.